Hey, what's going on everyone? This is Mike Kollin at MikeKollin.com. Okay, so today's video is going to be about the 7 planetary alignment that's happening tomorrow, February 28th. Okay, so one of the things I began to realize about these not only the planetary alignments, but just, planets movement shifting, even the moons on different planets in general. When I was a kid, I raced BMX, and because of that, we learned how to tighten and loosen the spokes on a rim. So if you loosen one spoke on one side of the rim and then tighten the two adjacent from it, all you have to do is turn it 2 full turns, and it will pull that rim off to the right. So here's all I'm saying. It is, I can't remember, I think it might have been a 9th grade or 8th grade science teacher. He said essentially that's kind of how the universe works. Everything is kind of in alignment, and it's the word I'm going to use is, I think he used, back then they used the word like gravity, like there's a pull. But I use the phrase electromagnetic connection. So it's like spokes on a wheel. It's like they're all connected to the hub, and they all go out to the outer portion of the rim. So there's a lot of tension, and when planets shift, they can either loosen up a little bit or they can tighten up a little bit. So we are in the year 2025. Those numbers in that sequence alone means massive shift, massive change. There's going to be a sense of destruction, yet it's in a way it's bad, but in a way it's kind of like clearing the path, like all the old is getting cleared out. It's kind of like, or very similar to when you decide you're going to rebuild a building. So you tear the old building down, you tear the structure down, you take out the base, and you rebuild from scratch. That to me is what the year 2025 is all about. I personally also believe this alignment is a doorway that's opening for all of this to come about. It's kind of like we've shifted from the age of Pisces into the age of Aquarius, and to me this is like the door is wide open. We have finally shifted fully and completely. So this is going to happen tomorrow. So as we get closer and closer to the alignment, manifestations are happening a lot faster. So they're happening right now. So I would lay down on your bed and just imagine having a new car. Imagine having that business take off. Imagine getting that grant, that loan. Imagine making that money. Whatever it is, imagine it happening as if it already has. So the first thing I want to say, number one, this is the perfect time to imagine and to manifest and to pray. So the first message is, right now, write down your top 5 goals, top 10 goals, and take time, and I mean just lay down in bed for about 30 minutes. Just really pray and imagine and visualize this, okay? And then do it again tomorrow. Okay, so I wanted to make a quick note about Diane, who donated $25 to Sheena. That was about a week or 10 days ago. I finally did it for that about, I think it was 3 days ago. I also want to thank Derek because he had $8 left over on his donation, which I'm putting into this donation. Then I'm adding a bit of my own to pay for the $5 fee. This is from the left money from Derek. He had $8 left over, and then from Diane the 25. Total is going to be 38, and I'm sending this now. So I have to go pay for it up front though. That's how it works here. So to Sheena. All right. Have it. There's Sheena's name right there. There's the 33 plus the 5. There you go. And I bought her this little stuffed animal, or whatever you call this. I'm going to send it out to the Philippines for her. And if any of you guys want to buy me a truck, you can buy me the new Tesla truck, whatever this is called. I'm kidding, but if you want to buy it for me, you really can. Okay. back to planetary alignment. So let me tell you something about what this is all about. It's like a slate is being wiped clean, completely, everything's being wiped off the board, brand new, fresh slate. And that includes old systems, okay? Now, I don't mean just systems, our governmental systems, our political systems, our day-to-day systems. I also mean the belief systems that you've been living by, the value systems that you've always lived by blindly, not even questioning your values and where they came from. All of that stuff is getting, even the rules that you've lived by on a conscious or an unconscious level, like, the family rules, the church rules, the society you were brought up in, like you just blindly have been living by these things. All of this stuff is getting changed. It's like it's getting wiped clean, and you're going to take a fresh look at everything, and there's going to be new systems, more empowering beliefs, etc. installed. So there's going to be a sense of feeling refreshed, alive, feeling like there's a sense of freedom. Now, a lot of people think, oh, well, no, this is happening because of political reasons and they're making new laws. No. All of that is getting changed based on what happens on, say it on a energetic, spiritual level, or even like on this planetary alignment. This is what shifts what happens on the planet. It's not the other way around. We do not affect the planets affect us. Now listen to everything that I just said and look at what's been happening for the last month and three weeks. Our president is making clean sweeps. He's completely shutting things down. He's stopped spending money here. Everything is getting shifted, and it's not, and you guys think, oh, it's just happening. No, it's not just happening here. It's happening all over the world. And it's happening on every level. It's happening inside you with your own rules, structure, values, and belief systems, and even your strategies. You're going to let go of old ways of doing things, strategies that you've done your entire life. In fact, a lot of you've probably been doing that the last 2 or 3 years as we've getting closer and closer to this date. So here's this is probably the third point or fourth point. One of the most important things I want to express is, look, it's going to shift. It's already shifting. It's been shifting. And it is like I said, it's just like literally just a clean slate wiping everything off, which means there's going to be a lot of things that are going to be done, destroyed, wiped out. It could include wars. There might be another big war bursting out or another whatever. It's all a cleansing. It's all a shifting. But it's a transformation that's allowing us to go into the new world, to go into a better way of doing things. We're going to a higher level, whether we like it or not. And the old ways, the old strategies, the old techniques, the patterns that we used to, they don't function on this higher level. So if you see things getting torn down, if you see devastation, if you see this stuff, it's all part of the plan, literally. I mean, it's exactly like, we're going to buy this land, we're going to buy this property, and we're going to build a brand new home on it, which means we got to tear this building down, the structure, all the way down to the foundation to start afresh, to start new. This is a good thing. This is a beautiful thing. And by the way, how many main chakras do we have? We have 7. And each of these planets are, what's the word I'm looking for? Not in alignment, but they represent each of the main chakras. So here's the deal. If you've done a lot of clearing, a lot of healing work, a lot of energy healing, you're going to get the positive aspects. Now, if you haven't, it's not necessarily getting the negative aspects, but you're going to have to go through the cleansing of them so you can rebuild with the new, higher level of energy. One thing I want to say, which I think I've already said in a different way, is I believe there is going to be a series of massive shifts. I also believe this can increase the possibilities of earthquakes, of tidal waves, of what's the other one I'm looking for, of just severe things like earthquakes and weather patterns happening. But once we get through this, there is going to be a refreshing, a renewal. It's going to be, God, how do I explain what I'm trying to say? It's almost like, imagine you walk out on the most beautiful sun shining day and everything is fresh and everything is clean, like in the middle of spring when everything is beautiful and everything is green. So just breathe deep, take a couple deep breaths, and just go with it. And here's another thing: let go. Don't hold on to the old beliefs. Don't hold on to the old strategies, the old way of doing things, your old values. Let them go, or that is what's going to pull you apart. If you let go and just go with the flow and go with it, it's going to be a breeze. If you try to hold on, it's going to be... It's literally going to feel like it's pulling you apart. So just let go. If you can tell in my voice, I'm actually looking forward to this. I don't necessarily mean at midnight, when the planets align, like all this is going to happen. It may actually cause an earthquake, okay? But I think it's going to be a series of things that begin to happen. It's almost, to me, it's more like a doorway. Yeah, an earthquake may happen. It may have, tsunamis and all that stuff. But I think it's going to be what begins to happen after this, like the door opens, like the flood rushes in. I also think the fact that it's on a new moon, I think that's going to have a special effect as well. I think for some of you, it's going to have a dramatic shift in your finances that you've never experienced in your life before, especially for those of you that have been poor most of your life. I think as we progress into this year, I do think it's going to shift for you. All right, now here's another part. Again, this is probably the fifth, number 6 point. Is I think you may have noticed that you've been restless the last 4 or 5 days, maybe even a week leading up to this. I know I have been. I've had this really weird kind of almost, it's not quite anxiety, but that's kind of close to it. It's more like a kind of a nervous restlessness, like something's just not, I don't know how to explain it. Something's not the same. I don't want to say it's not quite right, but that's what it feels like. Oh, and your sleep might have been off for the last 3, 4, 5 days. Mine has absolutely been off. So I do believe this is going to be kind of like an activation, kind of like a door is opening up, like something's moving, something's almost like something's being allowed to finally arrive. Okay, I'm just going to say, I think for those of you who are very, very spiritual, you're empathic, you genuinely have meditated for a long time, off and on, maybe not even in the last couple months or years, but you had a period of time where you went through a really powerful spiritual awakening. I have a feeling this is going to be an activation of some sort energetically, and I have a feeling it's going to shift your entire life. I think some of you have something that you're supposed to do in this lifetime, and I think this is the activation that's going to cause the door to open. Okay, now for all of you, I'm going to give you one final piece. I'm probably going to make another video, upload it tonight or tomorrow. So right now it is Thursday, February 27th. I'm finishing this video. It is 7:18 p.m. So I'm going to help you understand what manifestation is and what you need to do to make it happen. So if you are seeing this video on February 27th or the 28th or both, manifest, do it now. I'm going to teach you how. Now, if you do it a day or 2 or 3 or 4 days later, that's fine. It's not like it's this one moment. It's kind of, the closer you get, the more powerful it becomes. And if you go past it, it becomes less powerful, but it's still really powerful. So if you catch this video 2, 3, 4, 5 days later, it's still going to work. Now let's read what Wayne Dyer is saying here. Okay, this is what I've said in many, many videos over the years. The law of attraction is this: you don't attract what you want. You attract what you are. Now you might think, but I'm not rich. No, if you can get yourself in your imagination to imagine to the extent that your body takes it on, that you are this brand new owner of this car, this brand new home, $1 million, whatever it is, that's what attracts it. So once you become it, once your energy once you magnetize yourself, it's funny, when I heard that didn't work for me. Once you imagine having it, it comes. And it will come fast. It could happen literally in 12 hours or less. It could happen in 24 hours, okay, or sooner. So here's how it works. Okay, I'm going to give you a real life example. When I was a little kid, we got this new bicycle shop, Mike's Bikes, and our parents had told us, yeah, they're going to, buy our bikes from there, etc. But across the parking lot of the shopping center was Thrifty's, okay? I really, really liked. Now, it was not as good as a BMX racing bike as from Mike's Bike, but for some reason, I really I wanted this yellow BMX bike that was much cheaper, but to me, it was my dream bicycle. And I didn't think I was going to get it, but I remember praying, and I in a million years thought, yeah, I'm not going to get that. But I remember one day I just go, oh God, please, and I prayed and I prayed, and what happened was I went into this daydream. Now in our town we had this pond, okay, or this like lake pond, like a stream river thing, and I remember I was daydreaming to the extent that I was going on, like there was like this walkway, this cement path, and there was a park to the right of it, and the pond would be to the left. So as you go down it, you go up and over this little bridge to go over the water, and I got so caught up in it, I forgot that I was praying. I forgot that I was daydreaming. But it's like I remember looking down at the handlebars, the yellow paint on the bike, and I remember I looked over at my friends and I was smiling, and I don't know if we said something, but it was like they said, oh wow, that's cool, or they looked at me like that, and I'm so happy riding this bike. And then all of a sudden, poof, I think I was in class when I did that, probably kindergarten or first grade or something like that. And I remember the teacher I was in class, the teacher got mad at me, and because I was looking out the window when I was doing it. She goes, and I don't remember how she said it, but she didn't say God damn it, but she was like, damn it, you're not paying attention, like, and she kind of, whoa, and it kind of snapped me out of it. I think she yelled at me and said, stop daydreaming, stop staring out the window, something like that. I don't remember exactly, but I remember I think she said something about daydreaming. So here's how you do it. You associate into it. Now here's what association means. Let's say you have a picture of yourself and you see yourself in the picture, like someone took a picture of you and now they're holding it up in front of you. That's disconnected. That's dissociated. You want to be associated, as if you step into the movie, into the picture, and it becomes real. So when I was riding the bike, I could feel the bumps on the sidewalk, and I felt the grips. I remember looking down at the color of the bike, and I remember looking at the bridge, and I looked over at my friends. So I was associated. I was inside the movie. So you get all these manifestation people using all these big spiritual words. You want to know what it is? Daydreaming. Just get caught up in the daydream. And that's it. Get caught up. Those two words, caught up in the daydream. That's how you manifest. And that's how you do or become what Wayne Dyer says here. You attract what you are. I just explained how you become the what you are. See, I don't know if he explains that in his seminars, or used to before he passed away, but I remember hearing that. It's like, yeah, but I'm not rich. No, it's in your imagination. See, there was a scientific study. They did it with Olympic athletes. They connected all these wires on their brain and their muscles would twitch when they would visualize going down the hill, skiing, or the bobsledding, and their brain waves matched exactly the same as when they did it in real life. In other words, your body, your brain cannot tell the difference between a deep imagination, in other words, getting caught up in the daydream, versus reality. It becomes the same. So when you get so caught up, you forgot that you're doing this, to where it's as if you're feeling it and you're seeing it and you're hearing it. That's what he's talking about. This is what God meant when he said, I am that I am. Remember Popeye the Sailor Man? I am, and then he said, what I am. I am what I am. Popeye the Sailor Man, toot toot. He's literally saying, I am this, and therefore he is. You first have to imagine it to the extent that you become it, that it becomes you, that you own it, that the car's in your garage, that you're in the living room of your home, like you're walking on the plush carpet, to the extent your brain gets so caught up in this fantasy that it forgets that it's fantasy, and it becomes like a dream. As above, so below, so in heaven, as on earth. All of these phrases are saying exactly what I'm teaching you. Once you imagine it at a deep enough level, it pops into reality. That's the way it works. Now here's the deal. Don't go, oh, how can I go deep? You do it all the time. I guarantee if I followed you with a camera, you daydream every day. You do it all the time. Okay, you already know how to do it. Just do it purposefully. It doesn't matter where you're at in life. It doesn't matter if you have a job, if you have money, if you don't have, it doesn't matter. If you imagine it on this level, it happens. So feel what you would feel if you had it. What emotions would you be feeling? What would you be hearing? What would you be seeing? The sight. I remember that day when I was daydreaming, having that bicycle. It was a beautiful, crystal clear blue sky. It was probably about noon. It was bright. It was shiny. The grass was fresh cut. The trees were blooming. It was just amazing. It was crystal clear. It was crisp. It was fresh. I remember the water on the left and that kind of slant of the grass that went down to the water. I mean, it was just, I got so caught up in the daydream. That's it. That's literally how you do it. There's nothing else to it. It's just get caught up in the daydream to the extent where you start to see it, hear it, feel it, smell it, taste it. That's it. You don't need this planetary alignment to do this. You can do this anytime you want. It's that simple, guys. All right, God bless you guys. I may make another video about this alignment and how it's going to affect us, but I want to leave this video for this right now. God bless you guys. If you want to make a donation, there's a PayPal link right there in the description box. It's very, very much welcome at this point in time. Let's see what else. If you like the video, please click subscribe. Remember, click the bell, click the all bell, click the like button, go ahead and make a comment, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.